And here is some video from the New York State Chess Championship played in Albany, New York, 2016 edition. Just a view of the playing hall, some of the players. Sorry for my maybe a little erratic camera work, but it was a pretty good crowd. I didn't play nearly as well as I wanted to. 6 rounds. The first game I won. The second and third round I lost. The fourth game I won. And the fifth game I pulled a complete blunder. And you'll be seeing these videos coming up on my games. I just wanted to post some of the video here from the championship. It was quite a big crowd. I was a little surprised. I noticed that there weren't any GMs there. Now I know 2 years ago when I played, Joel Benjamin, former U.S. champion, played. And I was a little surprised. A little later turnout than normal, but things are really hard, especially in upstate New York and in New York State because of the taxes here. It's just killing people. And things are just tough all over, but there was a lot of good players. There was a lot of good games. I was in the under 1,500 section. I'm rated about 1460. I'm usually about mid 1500s, 1580, but lately my chess has gone down a little bit. Unfortunately, life interferes with your chess. And that's the way it goes sometimes. But just wanted to show some of the crowd. I walked around and give you an idea. A lot of kids. Chess is a great game where you can be 7 years old and 70, and it's a great equalizer. And you see a lot of that. So they are the highlights of the video from the New York State Championship 2016. Hi folks, Sean Cordisco back again. Haven't done a video in a while. Boy, it really sucks when your life interferes with your chess. And it's a game that I played in. Mostly I show games from world-class players, but I played in the New York State Championship over the weekend, over the Labor Day weekend. Didn't do that well. I was very disappointed in my play, but I'm going to show a few games. This is one of them. I'm white. My opponent's name is, see if I can pronounce this right, it's an Indian girl. Kancharia, I believe, is black. So let's get to it. I'm white. And we're going to go through the opening here a little bit. I tried this Gucco Piano Italian game. I figured, what the heck, let's give it a shot. Bishop c5. Now, I screw up the move order. I probably should d3, castle, knight c3. But I wanted to try c3. Knight f6. Now, I purposely left the pawn hanging on castles. I wanted to complicate it right off the bat. It's round 1. If she takes, I go d3, rook here. There's a lot of things I can do. She decided to go d6, play it safe. If she had taken instead, after d3, knight f6, d4, pawn takes, and small advantage for her, but she's got to move the bishop, and then the rook goes on e1. That's what I was going for. After d6, d3, we'll just go through the opening here a little bit. She backs up, which I was really surprised. If she had taken, would have won f, knight, and bishop b3. And this is the only shot she's going to get to grab my light squared bishop. But she went b6 instead. I moved the bishop back thinking, okay, I'm going to be able to save it now. Bishop g4, pinning the knight. It's not that big of a deal, the pin on the knight. Move the other knight out. Castles. Now, knight c4, I probably should have played at this point. This bishop's going to be gone for her. I decided to play instead. Just kick the bishop, see what she does. She moves him back. Again, I probably should have played knight c4 or rook e1. But I decided to move the queen. I wanted to get the queen-bishop battery. In a weird way to force her to take. And I would have taken here and got a really strong pawn center. Rook e8. And this is a move I just, not to sound graphic, but I pulled out of my behind here. I wanted her late squared bishop to be gone. I probably should have played queen c2 instead. I decided to go bishop to d1. She moves the queen, and now I move the knight. Bishop takes, I do the in-between move, hitting her queen. Queen moves, queen takes. Now, it's an even game. I still want to take the dark squared bishop on e3 because I want to take with the f-pawn, opening up that file, plus give me a really strong pawn center. But of course she didn't do that. I probably should have played bishop takes bishop. Knight g3 was in the air too. I decided just to do this. She takes, I take. It's an even game. I mean, this is round one. I tried to complicate at the beginning, but thought to myself, oh, okay. Queen e7. And then I finally went one knight to c4. Now this basically forces her to trade bishops. But I took with a knight this time. And the computer bears that out. Knight was much better than f takes. Queen e6. At this point, I took a long time thinking of this move, and I don't know if it's a very good one, but I certainly did like it. Computer likes queen takes e6, rook takes, queen f3. I decided to go g4, just for the heck of it. My thoughts were, go here with the pawn, here with the pawn, pawn up. Just put some pressure on her. She took, I took with a knight. She moves the king up. f3 was probably better. If I go f3, now I can advance. But I decided to go f4 instead, just to open it up. Knight goes back to d7. And I went g5. I want to open it up. I want to gain some space. Now, believe it or not, it shows a small, less than a pawn advantage for black at this point. I think it's a lot easier to play white here. That's just me. Pawn takes. I took the h-pawn first. Pawn up. Knight to knight 4. Or excuse me, h4. She takes the pawn. I take the other pawn. Now, a lot of my game, I mean, I played really poorly in this tournament. But I do have to say, even when I'm playing poorly or playing well, the end game seems to be the better game for me. And those of you that were wondering, went king g7. Those of you that were wondering why she didn't go here, knight checks, and then the rook moves. And that knight's in a lot better spot. So she went king g7. I just brought the other rook over, figuring get some firepower on the f-pawn. Now that rook is tied up on f8, which is what I kind of wanted. Knight f3. What I was thinking was I want to go knight here next. I'll start putting pressure on her. She brings the other rook over. I go h4. It's pretty even, but I have all the initiative. She's reacting to me, which is exactly what I want. I'm thinking, well, the worst I can do is draw this. It's one of those deals where I believe at this point, if she screws up, I win. A draw is more than likely. And I went he went knight d5. Knight takes, pawn takes. Rook g4. Now I'm threatening this. There's a bunch of stuff here. She has to be careful, but it's probably going to draw. King h6. I go rook back to g3. She moves her king up. And I sense something here that maybe if she gets that pawn at h4, I can somehow get my rooks and maneuver them to corner her king. Let's see how it works out. I go rook here, rook up, rook f6. She takes, I take. Now, she should have taken my rook instantly. And this is what I was hoping for. After pawn takes rook, rook takes rook. And she's okay. She decided to go king h5. And that is the end. If she had taken the pawn, rook takes, rook d7, I have to go back with my rook here, and it's drawn. She went king h5. That's what I was looking for. Now I swung the rook back down to g2. Now, as you can see, this rook is cutting off her king. f6, what else can she do? And I check. King f2, b6, and rook mates. That's a rook. That's a mate as well. That I did miss, to be honest with you. But she went king h6. I brought the rook back to f3. And there's no way she can get out of it. There's no way she can stop the mate. She goes king h7, and I mate. And I was pretty happy. It's a dead drawn endgame. One mistake by her got her in a mating net with my rooks. So I was feeling pretty confident. So there it is. Round one of the, I believe it's the 138th annual New York State Championship. They say it's the longest running tournament in the United States, and some think it might be the longest running tournament in the world at 138 years in a row. So I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. So there's my round one game. Look for other games coming up. Right now is the Chess Olympiad, so I'm watching that and trying to analyze some games and plus deal with your regular life. And it's hard to juggle all of that, but I'm doing the best I can. So look for more videos in the future. And as I always say, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.